So how did you land yourself on this game in the first place?
It's quite
Squid Game,
the
the
question.
challenge. Yeah.
Yeah. I was digital nomading throughout Mexico and Spain and building my board game company. And a friend posted the social media story that they were casting. And I'm like, that's hilarious. I probably will never hear from them, but let me make a quick video and send it off. And I guess like my story was pretty unique, right? Like living in 32 houses in a year and a half, building board games. And that apparently stood out to them.
Okay. So then you got the word you're going to be one of our contestants.
6 months later. It was a long process of
Okay.
being interviewed and all of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So what do you think they were looking for?
I mean, in casting for a reality TV show, there's normally 10 to 20 people. And in this one, there was 456 people, which is substantially larger than your average show. And they don't know who's going to make it to the end. So they need to go through a very thorough process of hundreds of, I think like over 100,000 people applied. So they have to go through a lot of people, a lot of interviews, and make sure if any contestant were to make it to the end, like, do they have a whatever the story is to be able to hold the show together to the end. So
really,
it could, yeah.
How important was just your general overall health and physical health? I guess you have to be strong and fit.
There was a big range of people in there. There, like Leanne, the mom and son duo, she had a bad knee, and that was why she was at the end getting through red light, green light. I was like right beside her as well, and like my knee was messed up going into it as well. I just kind of kept it a secret because I didn't want that to compromise my ability to go on. But I think as long as you're in good health, but it's okay if you have some disadvantages, I would say.
Were you a fan of the Netflix series, the Squid Game?
Yeah. I watched it 4 times. I love the show.
You watched it 4 times before you even applied for this position?
No, I had watched it one time before, and then the other 3 were
research.
Sort of, yeah.
So what was your experience like on the show?
Ooh, that was, so I didn't know what to expect going into it, because going into any reality TV show, first of all, that's a different experience. And then one about Squid Game, which is something else absolutely. I didn't know what to expect, but it was way harder than I could have imagined, and way harder than they made it seem on the show as well. Like red light, green light appeared 5 minutes. I was in there for 9.5 hours in below freezing weather with just this jersey on and no like gloves or anything. And you'd hold a position for 20, 30 minutes. And if you end up in a squat or like a weird stance, holding that for that long, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. And there were athletes in there, SWAT members in there, Olympians, and every single one of them said that was physically and mentally the hardest thing they've ever participated in.
So how important is the strategy here? Who you team up with, who you trust?
It's pretty important. It is. And I saw a lot of people using different strategies, some of them trying to meet everybody and network and have kind of know what's going on with every person. And that kind of shot some of them in the foot. And then others kind of staying close and getting deeper relationships. And you could see at the end, I don't want to make any spoilers here, but some of the people that made it to the end, having those alliances that were from the beginning really helped them move a long way.
Right. And how long was the whole process? Okay, you talked about initially to be selected as a contestant. That took 6 months and lots of interviews and that type of thing. So when you were actually there, the whole filming and then playing the game, how much time did that take?
So I was there for a week in the dorms for a week. And then there was some hotel time, isolating the hotel for a couple days beforehand as well. But the filming was a week for me, and I would imagine it was probably about 2 weeks for people that made it to the end.